new wildlife survival film starring Idris Elba has dropped in theaters. So let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Sean, and I love to talk about movies and TV way too much. With that in mind, go ahead and join me down below in the comment section. If you've seen Beast, what did you think about it? Let me know down below in the comment section, and let's get started talking about the good. And Beast is a film designed to deliver an edge-of-your-seat experience. The plot is very simple and straightforward. There's not a ton of characters. It's not a long runtime. It's just supposed to take a set of characters, put them in a dangerous situation, and keep you on the edge of your seat until the credits roll. And for me, it did its job. My wife doesn't like horror movies at all, but she likes like monster movies in the sense like Jaws or this one. She saw the trailer for this one. She went, "Oh, lion trying to eat people. Oh, I've got to go see that." So we were there at the first showing we could get to last night when it opened. And throughout the entire film, she's just like, "Oh no, don't open the door. Don't open the door." And anytime anything happened, she like jumped up, let out a few expletives on a few occasions. And so perhaps my experience watching the movie was elevated because I was watching it with her and she was so invested in it. But for me, I like little small contained survival films where people have to try and figure out how to survive a situation and keep escalating, new conflicts keep stepping in, and I felt this did an effective job at doing that. Like I said, there's not a ton of characters here, and so they're designed to have just enough backstory for you to be invested in the character and the conflict within the family, understanding the dynamic with their friend that kind of is taking them off on this adventure. You're invested just enough to care, to see how they're growing and changing, and how the trip that they're on is designed to heal their relationship, and the adventure that they go on, as traumatizing as it is, in its own way, is designed to help them move through the pain of the past. There's just enough there without it being, it's not a character study, it's not a character-based film, it's just about, can you get me to care about these characters enough? And it does. And then set them in an intense situation that's thrilling, it's exciting, it's exotic enough that it has an escapist element to it with this scenario that, I'll never experience, but I get to go there and feel like I'm there with real people that feel like humans that I would know, and consider what would I do? How would I try to survive? What would I be willing to do? I got invested in. Of course, Idris Elba, is a great actor, great leading man. And for me, I felt like he was like a nice character guy to put in this role because he's designed to be, his character's a doctor. He's not necessarily this big outdoorsy type, but he's also someone that does have this big physically imposing frame, in which case you can have him be someone that's not designed to be the expert on the wilderness and lions attacking him, but still be believable as when he does need to get in on the action and not be the expert, but someone that could handle himself just enough to not die in certain situations that happen in the film. And then likewise, the other kind of main adult male character in it is the guy from District 9, and I think he always just kind of brings a nice energy to things, and he's more kind of the expert in the field that lives there that's taking them out on this safari. So he was a nice addition and used just the right amount to be able to pass along information, help in certain situations, be the voice of reason to them, try to keep them alive, while also in another sense not being able to carry the survivalism because of things that happened to him along the way. So in general, it delivered what I wanted. Just enough character for me to care, enough edge-of-your-seat thrills to keep me entertained, enough escapism, and a solid pair of lead guys to kind of carry the action. And the daughters did a good job as well. I'm not as familiar with them from anything else that they've done, but they fit into the film. I wasn't distracted by them. And I guess the other thing to mention in here is that it's shot in a way that's designed to be just like a person in the room observing it. There's a lot of very long takes where you walk into a house and there's just someone following them. Shots where they get out of the car and you walk towards something and you're just following them, and you walk all the way, look at the lions, walk all the way back, get in the car, all in one shot. And so it kind of has this immersive feel to it. If you're looking for like slick camera work where you can see everything taking place, it's not really designed to be like that. It's designed to feel much more like you are there experiencing what's happening. So it's like a guy laying on the ground under a vehicle as a lion is swatting at the camera. A lot of stuff like that. And so some people that might not work for them. For me, I felt it helped create the atmosphere and the immersiveness. And that's what this sort of movie's all about, making you feel like you're there in danger with the characters. It was effective enough for me. It's not a great survival film though, so let's move on to the bad. And the big gigantic problem here for me was just way too many times they committed the classic horror movie thriller trope of having people get out of the car, open the door, go somewhere alone, and then suddenly something bad happens. I mean, the whole time you're watching it, and he's, hey, stay here, and something bad's happening, you need to stay here. And then he turns around, does something for 30 seconds, turns around, his daughter's walked off. Where'd she go? I don't know where she went. And then they walk off, and because of this, they're in danger once again. And then Brian is coming after them. Stay in the car, you gotta stay in the car. I'm gonna go look, though. Let me go look. I'll go look. And so one person wanders off and, oh, they got injured. Another person wanders off. Uh-oh, that put us in danger again. And the daughter jumps out of the car. I mean, just constantly, from beginning to end, the classic trope that they always do in movies like this. They open the door and get out. They go off alone. And all of a sudden, they're in more danger because of it. And it felt particularly frustrating because too many times in the movie, it didn't actually need to happen, or they easily could have come up with a reason why they needed to get out of the car. They could have said, uh-oh, the cooler fell out the back. Our bottled water is in the cooler. It's 20 meters that way. I'll get out and go get it. There was like a number of things they easily could have done to provide a plot-wise justification. We will die if we don't get water. The water's right there. I'll take the risk. Uh-oh, the lion was just waiting for it. Like, there's a bunch of things they could have done that they didn't do. And so it just felt like people acting irrational. Like, there's a deadly lion. Yeah, let me just jump out of the car. There's too much of that strained too much credibility on too many occasions. Likewise, I'm not an expert on animal behavior and lions. I'm not an expert. Where this movie goes with the justification for what's going on with this particular lion feels a little bit Jaws 4 to me. Like, it gets a little bit into that an animal's out for revenge category, and you're like, I think I can see a little bit where you're trying to suggest this. There's like maybe something, but you had to build to that a little bit better for me to fully believe what you just said. And maybe I'm just wrong about how animals actually behave. The way it implies things involving the poachers and everything, I'm not quite there yet in believing it. So there are just a few things in there that just, in particular with the script, the justification of character choices and the description of animal behavior to justify the level of violence that this lion is committing didn't feel fully earned. In general, I got the thrills I wanted. I was entertained enough. I had fun with it. And it definitely strained some credibility. Definitely made me go, come on, really? Would they do that? I don't know about that. I had a good enough time with it. Overall, I will give this one a B on the entertainment scale. We'll go a 7 out of 10. And if you're in the mood for kind of a survival film, it's worth checking out. No reason to rush out to the theater. You can wait to stream this one when it drops on one of the services. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. Check out some other videos right over there. And keep talking movies and TV too much. Bye-bye.